Section 4.1 is on graphing equations in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form of the equation of a line is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope of the line and b is its y-intercept. Recall that the slope of a line tells us how slanty the line is, and it's basically rise over run, and the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. Let's take a look at a couple examples here. The first one says write the equation of a line with a slope of 2/3 and a y-intercept of -4 and then graph it. So we know, we'll start with this. We know we need to write it in y equals mx plus b form. And what we're given is the slope of 2/3, so that's my m, and my y-intercept of -4, so that's b. So to write the equation, I'm just going to plug 2/3 into here for m, -4 into here for b, and my x and my y will stay x and y. So that gives me y equals 2/3 x minus 4. And that's the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that has a slope of 2/3 and a y-intercept of -4. Now we need to graph this line. And to graph this line, we're going to begin with the y-intercept. My b is -4. That's where I'm going to begin on the y-axis. So I'll plot -4 on the y-axis. That's my y-intercept. Now my slope is 2/3. It's designated by the letter m, and that tells me how I'm going to move. You may remember this from when we graphed direct variation equations in the last chapter. So 2/3 means from my y-intercept I'm going to go up 2 and right 3, and I'll do that a couple times. Up 2 and right 3. I can also go from my y-intercept, I can go down 2 and left 3, and I'll do that a couple of times. And now I just connect those dots. And that is the line y equals 2/3 x minus 4. Here's another example, and it says graph the line 3x plus 4y equals 12. And you should recognize that this line is written in standard form. Recall that standard form is ax plus by equals c. And in the last chapter, we would have graphed this using x and y intercepts, but here I want to do it in slope-intercept form. So I need to rewrite this line so that it's in the form of y equals mx plus b. Basically, what I need to do is solve that equation for y. So I'll just copy it again down here so I have some room to work. And solving this for y means that I need to have y all by itself on the left of the equal sign. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 3x, and that'll leave me with 4y equals, now I could write this as 12 minus 3x, but I want my x before my y-intercept. So I'm going to write it as 3x plus 12. And now I need to divide both sides by 4, which means I need to divide each of these by 4. So that's going to give me y equals a -3/4 x plus 3. Now let's graph that. My y-intercept is 3, so I'm going to begin with my b, a 3 on the y-axis, and my slope is -3/4, which means down 3 and right 4. Or for my y-intercept, I could also go up 3 and left 4. And we'll connect those dots. And there's the line y equals -3/4 x plus 3. Also, it's exactly the same line as 3x plus 4y equals 12. A constant function is a function whose graph is a horizontal line. Its equation is y equals b, y equals whatever number is the y-intercept, and its slope is 0. So for example, here we have the line y equals 2. You'll notice that it's a horizontal line that goes through 2 on the y-axis, and it has a slope of 0 because it has no rise. It doesn't go up or down. So this is a line you need to memorize. If you see y equals a number, just realize that that's a horizontal line that goes through that number on the y-axis. Now let's do this a little bit backwards. We need to write an equation for the graph of this line. And what we need to do is figure out what is the slope and what is the y-intercept. Well, the easiest thing to start with is the y-intercept, and that would be this point right here, where the line crosses the y-axis. So my y-intercept, or my b, is 2. Now to find the slope, I'm just going to pick any 2 points on the line and figure out what is it I have to do to move from one point to the other. So as I go do this right here, I'm going down 2, going down 2 units, and as I go from here to here, I'm going right 1 unit. And you'll recall that down 2 is a negative 2 on top, right 1 is a positive 1 on the bottom, so my slope is a negative 2. And now all I need to do is plug those into y equals mx plus b. And remember, x and y stay in there. So y equals negative 2, because that's my m, x, and then plus 2, because that's my y-intercept of b. And our last example we're going to take a look at here is a word problem. And it says that babysitting, you earn a $15 base fee plus $10 per hour. So as soon as you walk in the door to babysit the kids, you earn $15, and then every hour that you spend there, you earn another $10. Okay, so we need to write an equation to represent your total earnings in terms of the number of hours worked. So I'm going to let x equal the number of hours that you babysit, and then y is going to be your total earnings. So notice that you're making $10 every hour that you work. That can be represented by 10 times x. So x is the number of hours you work, times 10 gives you how much you make for each hour. $15 base fee, so that's just going to be a $15 added on to the end. So $10 per hour plus the $15 base fee is what is equal to your total earnings. So there's an equation to represent how much you earn in terms of the number of hours that you work. Part B says, how much will you earn if you babysit for 5 hours? So what if your number of hours you babysit is 5? So we're basically just going to take that equation that we wrote in the first part, and notice y is total earnings, and that's what we're looking for. And we're going to plug in 5 for x, because that's the number of hours that you babysit, plus 15, and now we'll just simplify this. So if you babysit 5 hours, you will earn $65. So in this lesson, we took a look at how to graph equations in slope-intercept form, that is in y equals mx plus b form. We also saw how to write an equation if you're given a graph, and we took a look at a word problem that uses y equals mx plus b.